Neil, congratulations for the win on Saturday.
Thank you.
How's the mood been coming in?
Brilliant, as I expected it to be. I think they had a good weekend in terms of just probably alleviating a wee bit of pressure that was on their shoulders. So they turned up on Monday and they were, yesterday it is, so a long day yesterday. They turned up yesterday in just brilliant spirits, you could tell. And the nice day yesterday in terms of getting the legs going again and preparing for the game Wednesday.
Yeah. And you said a busy day yesterday. I wouldn't like to play poker with you, but how was yesterday?
It's not my money, don't worry. No, I think yesterday was an interesting day. I've obviously had a wee bit of experience of the transfer window previously, so I had a fair idea of what might happen, what might not. But it was a kind of long day for everybody behind the scenes as well, because you're never sure if there's maybe going to be outgoings or incomings happening right up to the final whistle. I'm pleased at what we've got in the building still now. I said all along that if we didn't get any in and didn't get any out, I would try and find a way of making us, I think, realise I believed what was still the potential to play like. And I think that's what was really pleasing on Saturday. It was a team that was already existing, barring Keller, that showed how good they can be. And then we've got the additions now into the group that can make us stronger.
Yeah, and one addition that's already been here a few times, Tishola. What do you think he'll bring to this Kilmarnock team?
Well, you said you've sort of leaned on it a wee bit there. He brings an experience to the group. He knows the club. I think he's got an affinity with the fans. He knows the league, which is important, what style of football is here, what's expected. And he just brings a bit of presence and a good footballer. So all of those things that I've mentioned there are so important to us right now, because we have got a bit of a younger squad. And you think about the additions we've made as well. Young Nicky is going to need a bit of leadership there. You've got Joe just coming up new into the league. You've got Finn, although he's got great experience already. He's still young, so I felt that the experienced head was important to get into the middle of the pitch, and Big Tish brings that.
Why do you think in that Aberdeen game that things seemed to click so well and so quickly with the fast start you had?
Well, as I said before, it had been showing signs of clicking. We changed our shape a wee bit in the Motherwell game, and I just feel that it was going to arrive at some point. And the demand that I'm putting on the boys in terms of getting into a game is very high, but I wouldn't do it if I didn't think they were capable of it. And things just worked. You know, you're always going to get a wee bit of power from the belief if you get a reward, and we got a good goal through Brad, and then we get a really quick second through Brucey with some brilliant play, and I think that just cemented the belief that was in the group and just allowed them just to kind of put the shackles off. I thought some of the football, I watched it back, I said some of the football we played in that first half when Aberdeen had 11 men was so good to watch, and that is just the benchmark now where Kilmarnock need to be.
You said the word belief quite a few times there. How key does that become now you go to one of the most difficult venues you'll play in Scotland? Absolutely
key, aye. But we're going there with full respect of how good Rangers have been this season under Danny. They've got their own targets in mind. We know how hard it's going to be going to Ibrox. I know that first hand myself, you know, the experience that Billy and I got last year. But believe me, that this group will have no shackles on them. We're going there to play. I think we've got a duty to the fans and the club, and the players have got a duty to themselves to apply themselves and go with the same game plan as what we did at the weekend in terms of the application that we're going to win the game, and that belief will be instilled in them today.
You mentioned you and Billy had that spell at Rangers. What kind of insider knowledge, I guess, do you have from that you can take into this game?
Oh, I don't need any experience to understand how Rangers are playing at the minute. I've done enough analysis on them. I watch how the team can change. I know they change shape. A couple of times under Danny, I've a fair idea of personnel. The new signings that are coming in, I've already had a look at them forensically in terms of what they can offer and in terms of a challenge to us. But It's just about us and make sure that our game plan's good. I'll tweak a wee bit of what we're going to do in order to go to Ibrox to give us every opportunity that we can go and try and win the game, and hopefully that plays out.
I remember in your unveiling press conference, I asked you about the kind of assurances you've been given in the transfer window, and you said you hadn't sought any at all.
No.
How pleased are you with how well backed you've been by this club?
I'm absolutely delighted, but I felt that I would be. They gave me the belief, again, it's using that word, that they would try and do everything that was in their power to help me add to the group. But I think maybe that comes from me actually saying that I wasn't driving them for anything. I took this job with the dressing room that I had, and if it remained that way, I was always strong belief that I could, Billy and I could make an impact to the existing staff here, that we could get things going. And I think that was proof on Saturday. So now that we have been able to make some additions into the team, I'm very thankful to the board for allowing me to do that, because it's never easy, particularly the position we're in. So yeah, we just need to pull it all together now and start looking forward in terms of what we want to achieve.
And for as important as those additions might be, what does it mean to you to keep David Watson at the club as well for the rest of the season?
I'm delighted everybody's here. David is like the rest of them. I don't want to see anybody walking out. As a manager, you want a strong squad. We've got a really healthy squad training today. That tells me everybody wants to be involved here. Everybody wants to be in the training pitch. It makes my job more difficult, of course, because then I have to make strong decisions about who's maybe not going to be in the team, and actually who's not even going to be in the starting selected players for the match. So that's a brilliant problem to have.